I don't wanna be here to support men. I wanna be men. I wanna be better than men. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is just me by myself doing a reaction video. It's gonna be a bit of it's a hard video. It's a hard video to watch, at least for some of us. I think it's really, really important to spread the message, and I want to, if anyone has not seen this video yet, I want to take the opportunity to show people, and this is not something that is made up, you know, this is literally basic human behavior. These are the consequences of, you know, of this greedy system, of this greedy system, of this insane need for power, this insane need for more, that it's been injected into many of us, these new generations, to think that unless we earn X amount of money, unless we have certain titles, unless we become so and so, we're not living a fulfilling life. These are just the effects I'm now aware of from all these ideologies, from feminism and whatnot. We're now seeing the effects of this whole feminist movements and mentality that has been injected to us, especially, you know, generations from I don't know, I feel like since the 80s, 70s forward. You see a little bit of that. Like now I see a little bit of like kind of like how people started to change a little bit their mind with this one show called That 70s Show, where like Donna's mom started just kind of like not being happy with her marriage, and wanting more out of the marriage, saying that she just wanted, you know, to feel useful, to don't want to do more, she didn't want to be a stay-home mom, and you know, she could just tell she was a type of like wife that's just kind of like a trophy wife, right? She had a good body and worked out or whatever, but she wasn't a home type of mom like Eric Foreman's mom, who would cook, who always had a meal, who always had like, you know, this more homey thing together, and they stayed together for a long time. And the other one, you never really see her cooking, never really see doing anything, not really being a real housewife, and getting these radical ideas about like, well, I want to explore the world, maybe I want to go on an adventure, maybe I don't want to be married anymore, like that kind of into that. I can understand from a human standpoint, whether you're a woman or a man, how you can really get these ideas in your head sometimes, because our mind doesn't really understand what our, you know, I guess people just, I'm noticing more now more than ever that most people in general go through different like life crises. Everybody shows us in a different way, but I guess we all go through a stage in our life where we think that we're just confused about where we're going, the direction we're going, whether you know we're happy with the lifetime decision we made, whether if we got married and we start questioning like, did I make the right decision? Am I the kind of person that wants to stay married forever? Like, is this the kind of lifestyle that I want? Is this the career that I always wanted? Like, we question ourselves, and yes, it's hard sometimes because many of us do make decisions that maybe it just wasn't necessarily what we're enjoying or what we're liking. Definitely, it's been really serious. The effects, like I never understood. People be like, yeah, the feminists and I didn't really understand why people just hated on the feminists so much. I just thought like, you know, feminists were just strong women. I used to think of myself as a feminist because I'm like, well, I'm a career woman. I do have a lot of masculine, you know, traits like woman, but I'm starting to wonder, like, were these masculine traits, like, was I inherently born with these masculine traits, or were they embraced in me? Did I copy them out of an idol, out of somebody that I admire, saw as strong, which was my dad? And if I had to bet my money, like every penny I had on this, like I would bet that is in fact true, because there's so many things that whether I admired or I hated in my dad, I found myself throughout time mimicking these same behaviors, having the same behaviors, and many of them I stopped doing them and I caught myself and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm acting just like my dad. I'm doing the things that I used to like hate the most about him or not like about him, and now I'm doing it. Like, no, like this stops today. And then other things that now I always saw as attributes, like, yeah, that's why, I can, handle business, or I can, handle people, or not let people like step all over me because I got balls, like I would always, have that mentality, I got balls, like, and not even realizing what the hell I was saying. Like, I got balls, like, that's, first of all, no, I do not have balls, I have ovaries. Second of all, like, why do I guess it's that sense of admiration, that sense of wanting to admire. I guess I do admire men. And men as their own species, as their own like type of human, right? They are admirable. They are. I think unconsciously and biologically, I think women, we are in a sense meant to admire men, because men can do admirable things. Men can carry shit that women can never can. Men can do have abilities with sports and with fitness and stuff, like fitness and sports, and I forgot the word for like that has to do with like movements and stuff like that, like activity and stuff, that women have a really really hard time, like men do. Like the things men can do with like sports, jumping around, turning over backwards, like the shit that men can do. I feel like I do see now how somebody who could take it on a negative side, instead of admiring and applauding it, and just be all like, wow, like I am here to support men, can be like, no, I don't wanna be here to support men. I wanna be men. I wanna be better than men. And it's just kinda like, I mean, of course, why wouldn't people be that way? Because we see it in all cases. Like you see people who are celebrities, for example, who are famous, and you do see people that are fans of them, support them, applaud them. You're the greatest. Your songs have changed my life. Keep doing it. Cheer them on. And then there's other types of people, not the majority, it's the vast minority, but there is always that type of person that, I mean, not necessarily it's a good or bad thing, but they say like, oh no, I don't want to be a fan of this person. I want to be better than this person. I want to be like this person, but better. So it's like, it's the same thing when it comes to anything they can possibly admire. So when, you do see, I went through a phase when I was little where I always, if I had a one wish my entire life. And this one wish, it wasn't to be rich. It wasn't to be born in another country or live in another country, which I grew up in Mexico. So in that time, my grandma lived in Oxnard, California, and that was a beautiful town. So to me, all I ever saw of the United States was Oxnard, California. So to me, Oxnard, California was beautiful. So to me, the United States was beautiful. And in my dream still wasn't. I mean, I was born there, but I didn't live there. So my dream wasn't to live there. I mean, it would have been nice, but that if I had one dream, I wouldn't waste it on that. My dream was to be a man. But like, if I had one dream, one wish was to be born man. To be born a man. I always thought if I was a man, my life would have been easier. If I was a man, boys wouldn't be teasing me the way they do. If I was a man, my dad would be so much nicer to me. He would bond better with me. If I was a man, I could do whatever I want and I wouldn't be judged. That was my idea. Oh my God, I feel like this conversation is gonna go somewhere else. Because there's so much to say. I guess I do have to make a whole video about this, but what I'm just gonna say for now is that I was very, very young, very naive, and I had a perspective of what being a man was. And within my small, ignorant mind, obviously that makes sense. Why wouldn't I want to be a man? But what I didn't know when I was a little fucking kid, that I do know now that I'm a grown-ass woman, is the fact that nobody's life is easy. Everyone has struggles. Maybe some people's lives are objectively easier than other people, but they might be easier to you. But to that person, it might not be that easier because their goggles and their paradigm and the things that they're used to struggle, it's a lot different from yours. So the things that, I don't know, kids in the Ecuador or Oaxaca in Mexico that live in the little towns are considered struggles. I guarantee you no middle class kid in America would I mean, okay, so be backwards. Like what a middle class kid in America considers a struggle, such as like, oh, I don't have friends, or I don't have enough money for another video game. I really guarantee you that I think any middle class kid in Mexico would not consider that a struggle, So it's so different, the paradigms that people have. And now as an adult, I realize like, for many years, I didn't change my mind. I kept thinking like, I was always objective and rational enough to realize that, I want to be a man, but I'm not a man. And I have to deal with that. And I learned to just deal with the fact that I was a woman and I was terrified of going through puberty. And when I went through puberty, it was not a pleasant experience. I was having a really hard time maturing. All my other friends mature and I didn't, and I didn't have the best role models. So it was, adolescence was tough for me. My whole adolescence was very tough. I went through extreme depression, addiction. Got to a point where I was like, ran away from home several times, homeless, everything. And I always felt so sorry for myself. So sorry. That I had to go through so much hardship. That from all people, I was the person that just suffered so much. And I didn't understand why. Because in my head, I was a good person, never did bad to anyone, and I didn't deserve it. Simple as that. Because I believe I didn't deserve it. And now I look back and realize that, first of all, if I didn't go through everything that I went through in my life, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Like, I kept going in circles and circles, and I realized I wouldn't be. I needed to go through those hardships to become who I am today. And that's just the bottom line. And no matter what, like, there's other people that go through so many different types of hardships. And honestly, I think if I could pick some other kind of hardship, I would probably still pick the type of hardship that I had. Because there are other ones that are worse. There's other people that, go through really incredible illnesses, go through cancer. There's people that lose their parents at a very young age, lose a kid. There's horrible things that could have happened to me. And I was so self-involved, crying, and I mean, of course, I was naive and misunderstanding, but I was just entirely always just feeling sorry for my problems, without considering there's other people with problems too, and they figure it out. So what I had to do is get over myself and figure it out to how to be happy today and forget about the past. Be happy today, because that's all we really have. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with this message today, and this is the intro, the base, so you guys understand my next video. My next video, it's going to be a reaction video to one of my favorite favorite content creators. For some reason he doesn't give up his name. I guess that's smart. This channel is called Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Shout out to my boy MTR. And yeah, hope you guys stay and watch it till next time. Oh my god, I'll get another phone call. Hope you guys watch it and let me know what you think in the comments below. Anything you want to comment, talk about, let's have a conversation, and I might make another video with any of you guys' comments. With no more ado, till next time, peace. I can taste you, I can taste